This is Fortnite in 2024.
So, Lego Fortnite just dropped.
Hey, I am Peter Griffin.
Patrick Mahomes is now in Fortnite.
Here we go! LeBron James the King.
Dragon Ball Z, all the way to Naruto, My Hero Academia, and even Attack on Titan.
Brand new Hulk skin.
Fortnite, the game that will never die. Man, this game has been out for 6 years, and it's still probably the most popular game out. While it's not mentioned with its ups and downs through the years, how has Fortnite maintained this constant level of success? In today's video, we are going to discuss Fortnite, the game that just won't go away. Grab a snack, a drink, maybe even a whole buffet, I don't know. This is gonna be a good one, so buckle up and let's get into it. Fortnite Battle Royale released on September 26, 2017, and it basically took off after release. While it was pretty much an idea that had been done before, the game was just so much more polished than everything else out. Plus, the unique ability to build structures to defend yourself gave it a whole new element that no other game had. So it kind of just beat out every other battle royale that was on the market. Just the simple elements of the game made it easy for anyone to just get into and play. Plus the fact it was free to play.
Nick, what's the game called? It's called Fortnite. It's free.
Anyone could try the game out and see if they liked it. If they didn't, then just uninstall, no harm, no foul.
So bad! This game is so fucking bad!
The game would also receive frequent updates with new items and changes to keep the game fresh. Season 1 of the game brought some of the most iconic skins in Skull and Ghoul Trooper, along with the seasonal shop.
Would you rather have $100,000 in your bank account right away or Renegade Raider?
Renegade Raider.
And the always iconic pumpkin launcher. Season 2 would release late 2017, shortly later adding some new Christmas cosmetics, new weapons, and some new items. It would be until January 2017 and 2018 where the biggest update in Fortnite's history was revealed. A new map update with some of the iconic locations we've all known to love today, including Tilted Towers.
Here in Tilted Towers. Oh my gosh.
After this update, Season 3 shortly followed. Along with these awesome changes, popular streamers would also blow up the game too. Icons like Ninja, Myth, Daequan, Hamlinz were all fun, entertaining to watch, and would bring more traffic to the game. Ninja even got Drake on a stream to play Fortnite with him, which blew up over Twitch, bringing more eyes to the game. The stream even topped out over 600,000 viewers, so it basically became mainstream media. And then we had that whole cool Ninja Vegas thing.
The hell, I encountered one of the rarest bugs in the game, which is when you make an edit or build something, it'll just fling you off. And so that happened, and it was really unfortunate.
Which kind of launched the Fortnite competitive scene. Man, everything was really on the up and up to this point, but the game would just ultimately take a turn. See, the thing is, they've started pushing this whole storyline narrative, which added some really dumb stuff to the game. Season 4 kind of kickstarted it with that whole meteor thing crashing into Dusty Depot. It was just kind of dumb. There was that whole visitor thing where he stole a rocket and launched it. What? And then him launching the rocket caused stuff from our world to end up in the Fortnite world. Dog, how does that even make sense? Who the hell does this guy think he is? See, I don't know, it's just, the storyline, it just kind of kickstarted the whole narrative for them to justify adding the dumb stuff into the game. Like the Infinity Blade and the mechs and all that kind of stuff. It didn't make sense. Nobody enjoyed these updates, just why? Gameplay wise, the game was still pretty fun when they just kept it simple. Viewership still maintained positive throughout Season 7 and 8, but people kinda just started to get tired of it. Mostly because at this point, there was just too many cracked out kids on the game, If you couldn't build a 5-star mansion with free Wi-Fi and a pool, you were probably cooked. See, but the acceleration of the skill gap was mostly pushed because of the turbo building update and the addition of Playground and Creative. Plus, I mean, it was only natural for players, they would just get better over time. That's just how games are.
My friend here, Justin, he's already taken, and he's cracked at Fortnite, my guy.
While the game was still very popular, it had definitely seen a dip, and Epic Games kinda realized that. So they were gonna have to spice it up a bit. So they dropped a whole new map. But hey, it lined up with the storyline. That old map, well, like this big circle blows up and boom, new map. So this new map kind of brought up the chapter era, which we still see today. Chapter 2 is what they would call it, and it would actually gather quite a bit of attention, bringing some of the OGs back to even check it out. I mean, it was kind of refreshing, but it just kind of grew stale after Epic just went MIA and stopped updating the game. I mean, seriously, they went like 100 days and all they did was add a harpoon gun. Oh yeah, and they also had that whole Star Wars thing with the lightsabers. It would kind of begin the trend of the collab stuff in the game with all the skins and the content, which would keep the game fresh season to season. So Epic started just giving out the bag. Quarantine hit and shit, everyone was bored and stuck in the house, so we back on Fortnite. Chapter 2 Season 2 is actually so fun. I remember low-key grinding the game since there wasn't much to do. We had the new mythic guns and the POIs. It achieved the balance of adding new innovative content that was fun, but also didn't ruin the core gameplay. Plus it gave you something to go for in each map. This model we would see in later seasons and chapters down the line as well. However, I think the rest of Chapter 2 was pretty mid, honestly. We had that whole underwater map thing and it was kind of like eh. And then we had the Marvel season in Season 4, followed by some of the most boring seasons I've ever played. Season 5, Season 6.
We have been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok, and flat out deceived.
Season 7. And then Season 8.
You could do so,
But hey, this chapter ran its course and it was time for another one, so we had Chapter 3 Season 1. I'm not gonna lie though, like, Chapter 3 Season 1 was honestly heat. The new gameplay mechanics like sliding and tack sprint, also the addition of no build mode was awesome too. And we can't forget about the web shooter. Like, the web shooter is just so fun to use. And Epic actually realized things like this was actually good for the game. It was these types of mobility items the game needed badly. It just cut out all of that boring running around the map, non-fun stuff. Plus it gave you the ability to escape sticky situations where you would typically die in. These type of mobility items would be done in later seasons and chapters, like the Shockwave Hammer, Witch Broom, and Kinetic Blade. The rest of Chapter 3 was mostly the same, kinda like Chapter 2. A great start with some hype and then just kinda falls off a bit. Now, don't get me wrong, creative mode would still typically do its thing, but Battle Royale would kinda get boring. Chapter 4 would come out and be mostly the same. New map, new guns. Also, like, I don't know why every chapter Epic takes every gun that's been in the game and they just reskin it to be new. Like, how many versions of a pump shotgun are we gonna get? I will say though, in Chapter 4 the ODM gear was pretty cool. The collabs they do are just, they're honestly always fun. Plus Mega City, I like that as well. Now don't get it twisted. Fortnite changed drastically, but I mean that's what happens to keep the game new and innovative. It's just going to change over that period of time, it's just too long. Now the game was still wildly popular, but just not as big as it was before. But hey, that was gonna change. Fortnite OG. We would get 1 month of Fortnite OG, but the hype for this season was actually insane. Everyone and their mother was coming back to the game.
Why is this making me emotional? What the fuck?
I think Epic always had this up their sleeve, where they just knew, oh, we're in a bad spot, hey, guess what, OG Fortnite's here. They even announced a comeback for it to come later this year as well. OG would top out at over 6 million concurrent players. almost up 4 million from Chapter 4's high. See, the cool thing with OG was that it was a month long, but they rotated with some of the map and loophole changes from Season 5 through X, but not everything, only the key parts and aspects players typically enjoyed. So no mechs, no infinity blades, none of those garbage locations, just everything people enjoyed. Epic had gone from boneheaded clown updates to things players actually wanted. Fortnite OG was a blast. The game felt simple and refreshing, but was also a nice nod back to the OG times and nostalgia we all had during Chapter 1.
Oh! Come on. I got it! I fucking got it!
Yes! Oh my god, I actually killed the guy at the end!
Oh my god! Let's go, baby! Don't you fucking ever fuck with me, boy! Suck it, baby!
This isn't my favorite YouTube streamer.
Your Fortnite World Champion, Booga!
OG would end, but the players were still here and waiting to see what Epic had in store next. Chapter 5, it would be the biggest update in Fortnite's history. A whole new map, new weapons, crafting abilities, plus 3 new game modes, Lego Fortnite, Rocket Racing, and Festival Jam. Upon Chapter 5's release, the game would see its new all-time high in player count at over 11 million concurrent players. Nonetheless, sitting just 2 months after the Chapter 5 release, we're only topping out at around 4 million players, down about 7 million from just 2 months ago. See, the thing is, players will come and go, but Fortnite will always stay relevant. With new collabs coming week in, week out, we're always going to see different things in Fortnite. And I wouldn't even say Chapter 5 Season 1 is necessarily bad either. The medallions, special locations are cool, the new map is pretty good, and there's a lot planned for this chapter. It's just gonna be wave by wave. Plus, Epic finally stopped relying so heavily on that whole storyline narrative, and actually are starting to make impactful changes that actually make common sense. With its collaboration with Disney announced, the beginning of Season 2, and the tease of OG Fortnite returning, we're in a prime spot to see the game thrive again. I'm sure whatever Epic does, they have a plan. We're just gonna have to wait and see. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Do you guys think Fortnite will ever go away? I don't think so, but we'll see. If you guys have anything I should cover in the next video, leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe and like if you enjoyed. I'll catch you guys. Peace.